Hey friends, welcome back to the KidMin Word. I'm Ryan Frank and I'm so glad that you're joining me today. This week we are continuing in Ephesians 6 and we're talking about spiritual warfare, and I'm so glad that you're back with us today. We are going to jump into Ephesians 6:14, just the first half of the verse, because the belt of truth, that first piece of armor, it really deserves its own full conversation. Paul says, "Stand therefore, having fastened on the belt of truth." Now, I want to give you a little context here because the imagery is so important. In Roman soldier culture, the belt wasn't just a fashion accessory. It was the foundation to the entire armor. It was the piece that everything else was attached to. The breastplate connected to it. The sword hung from it. Without the belt, the rest of the armor didn't hold together. Right? And Paul chose that image on purpose. Truth is the belt. Truth is what holds everything else in your life and leadership together. And think about what happens when truth is missing. When a leader starts cutting corners on integrity. When they present a version of themselves publicly that really doesn't match who they are privately. When there's a gap between what they teach and how they actually live. Everything just starts to unravel. And it might not happen immediately, but eventually the armor falls apart when the belt isn't there. Now, I want to bring this a little closer to home for those of you KidMin leaders specifically, because I think the enemy's attack on truth in our lives is often very subtle. It's rarely a dramatic compromise. It's usually something quieter. It's the leader who tells their team they're doing great when they're actually burning out. It's the leader who puts on a smile on Sunday morning but is falling apart at home. It's the leader who preaches about prayer but hasn't had quiet time in weeks. It's the small compromises that we make when we think that no one is watching. Truth, real, honest, lived out truth, is what holds you and me together. And here's the thing about truth. It's not just about being truthful with others. It starts with being truthful with yourself and with God. Before you can walk in integrity publicly, you have to be honest in private. And that might mean saying to God, I'm not okay. I've been performing instead of leading. I've been running on empty and pretending otherwise. I need help. And that kind of honesty, my friends, is not weakness. It's the beginning of strength. It's what happens when you put your belt back on. So I want to encourage you today to take an honest inventory, not a performance review about your ministry, not talking about metrics or numbers, but a personal, honest look at your own soul. Are you walking in truth today? Is there an area of your life where there's a gap between who you are publicly and who you are in private? Because the good news is this, that God already knows that. He's not waiting for you to have it all together before he shows up. He just wants you to be honest with him. So, put your belt on. Walk in truth. And watch how everything else starts to hold together. Now, tomorrow we're going to talk about the second piece of armor, the breastplate of righteousness. And we're also going to do a quick recap of the week. So, don't miss it. Can't wait to see you tomorrow.